Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Patrick Dix coming back at you. Um, I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. All right. When you come into the chat, just say hi, whatever you want to say. So, again, I appreciate everybody attending. I have two right now. It's been a volatile day to day, not with me, but if you look at the market, I'm going to cover some quick things. I had a little bit of extra time tonight, and I just decided to do a quick stream. I mean, quick live. So, um, hello, Danny M. We're going to give it a couple of seconds. Come in, say hi, leave notes, whatever you want to do. And I'm getting some other things tuned in on my phone to help out, and we will take it from there. So y'all can say in the comments, you can let me know. The First Republic, the bank, JP Morgan, I think they bought some of their assets today or whatnot. But I think this is a sign of the times. And the article I just pulled up was published at 8:01, which was about an hour and some change ago. So good evening, Brandy. So I finished doing like a quick lecture at a school, and I just wanted to chime in and see, how everybody felt about the news today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, not take more than about 45 minutes at most of your night up. So on my screen, you see why First Republic may not be the end of the crisis. I was listening to the news today, and they were talking about how back in March, many of the customers pulled their money out of the bank. So it is now the second largest bank failure in the United States after Washington Mutual. I remember when that happened. I was in college, but this is not a good sign for the economy, regardless of what the administration is telling us. We have some very, very serious issues. And I think this month or next month, the Fed chairman will be raising the rate again. I mentioned this, I think this was Friday night I did the other stream. The goal right now by raising the interest rate is to have companies lay people off. What the problem is at the moment is too many people are still working and too much money is being contributed to the economy. So that's the big reason why they're trying to raise the interest rates, to have companies lay people off, which is operational expenses, labor, etc. And the less people you have working, the less money they have. Pretty much that's the law of economics, to do more with less, but we still have too many people working. And everywhere you go right now, there are still companies that are hiring people. This is where we're at. And to anyone that's new coming to the stream, if you haven't saw the news about the First Republic Bank, this is what is going on. And don't quote me on this, but I remember them earlier today saying that some of the investors were pretty much going to be asked out. I'll have to read more into it, but the big thing is, I was just talking about this in early March. Most of the people yanked their money out. They couldn't keep up with it. And This is not a good sign of uh, what's to come for many of us. So now when you have the FDIC pretty much took control and they allowed JP Morgan to come in, um, for right here, you can see it makes the sale just even bigger because now, it used to be your local business people in your town, which was going to become a thing of the past. I don't know how old many of y'all are, but I'm old enough to remember people in the local town would have a relationship with a banker. And that was the only way you can get a loan. With the invention of, well, not brick and mortar banks not having to be brick and mortar, you can get a loan for anything from any bank in the United States. You don't have to talk to your local business person, and we're going to have to be honest. Most of those people could not even give you the best rate, and it was favoritism too. That's a whole nother conversation. But they could give the best rate to whoever they wanted to. So nepotism, etc. How that story goes. But now with many of the banks, I bank with certain banks and I only really, really go there unless I need money. But yeah, here we go right here. Hopefully Yahoo Finance does not tell me about my ad block I put on my screen. So if you are a stock investor in First Republic, this is what I was mentioning. Now I have the actual verbiage to show y'all. If you're an investor into this bank, you're pretty much wiped out. This was what I was watching earlier. And I can guarantee you many people know the bank was going to fail, and we're going to find out in a couple of weeks or months that some people got the heads up and pulled the Martha Stewart, the insider trading thing, and told people, hey man, get your money out, man. They're about to lose. And oh, thank you, Dark Man Jeff. I'm up here in South Carolina. Christian Amerson, seeking my creator, Brandy L. Danny. Nice to have everybody on the stream. And I have another video, y'all, coming out on Friday. I have to upload it about how no one is going to feel sorry for you. I got tied up and I'm recording some other stuff. So we're going to keep it pushing forward. And again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel and go to my Instagram. I'm going to be pushing snippets from the videos to there. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, Dr. Patrick Dix. Wow, y'all look at this right here. After entering the bank crisis at $115 per share, their stock today was $3.51. Y'all know, just like I know, somebody knew what was about to happen, and somebody got the memo and said, "Man, sell off as much as you can and get the hell on up out of here," because this is not something that just happened. Well, it is something that just happened, but y'all, we all know it is a combination of everything together. Somebody got the heads up and they're going to find out somebody sold $100 million worth of stock. Once the SEC comes in, they'll find out what happened. Or people going to snitch, first 48 snitching, as we call it. That's something. A share started at, I think back in March, it was $115. Now, so y'all look right here. 5 years ago, it was in October 2021, it was $216 a share. Just look at this. Going, $3.51 a share. Pretty bad. So JP Morgan, they acquired $173 billion alone. So I'm also going to go to, hold up for 1 second, y'all. Somebody sent the email to me. Also, this covers auto loans, car loans, and I have some other news for everybody. So we're going to get off of talking about that. Y'all can look that up. But the other news, Homes foreclosure surge in early 2023. Volatile housing market. This is April 21st. At the beginning of the year, there were 95,000 foreclosure filings, which is 6% higher. Oh, excuse me. In March, the number of foreclosures, let me make sure y'all can see this. Oh, in March, the number of foreclosure filings surpassed 36,000, a 20% increase from February and 10% increase compared to the March of last year. Well, I can tell y'all while it's happening, a lot of people bought homes they could not afford. We all know the people in the chat and the people that are going to rewatch this video. Everybody was stunting like their daddy, like Lil Wayne and Birdman, and everybody was getting that PPP money. I could tell y'all from experience, it is hard being an adult. Adulting is something else. And we all know about people that bought homes with no furniture in them. We've all been to someone's home that has these 2,500 square foot homes that they have this rooms to go furniture. We're going to call it what it is. They have RTG with rooms to go furniture, big lots, that cheap furniture in it. They don't have no Haverty's. They don't have no Thomasville. They don't have many of the expensive furniture. So that's already telling you people cannot afford the home as it is. And then you have to worry about the upkeep and the taxes on it. And this coincides with many people just not having the money to take care of their homes. You had some people to say, man, I can afford an $1,800 a month mortgage payment, but can you afford 360 of those payments? And nobody's thinking about if the lights go out or whatnot. I could tell you a perfect example. Earlier this evening, the microwave went out. I've already taken it. I have the microwave that mounts to the mount. I have the microwave that mounts over the range. So I took the two screws out and dropped it down. And I looked on Lowe's or Home Depot to try to see if I can get one pretty similar to it, a GE one. It's like $208. And I want people to think about, in this day and time, $208 is a lot of money to people. I had a light put up in the yard the other day. It cost a good bit of money to, brighten up the backyard so I could see everything. I've had to replace the hot water heater. It was like $1,200 or $1,300. And, it takes a lot of money to run a home. People think, oh, I can afford a mortgage, but can you afford the monthly cost to run that house? Not counting cars, etc. So let's see what states have the highest foreclosures. I thought it was going to list it out. I thought it was going to list it out for us, but I know Michigan. Other states with some of the highest foreclosure rates includes Delaware. We all know who is from Delaware. Joe, as I call him, Joe Biden is from Delaware. New Jersey, Maryland. It's something about those northern states because it's expensive to live in Delaware. I did a lecture this past Thursday, and I think I told y'all that I had a student. I wrote it down right here. Student lives in the DMV area. He lives close to DC. He told me he pays $3,600 a month for rent. He's a nurse. And my mouth dropped. I said $3,600 down here in South Carolina will get you a mansion. But yes. Yeah, Erica, you could put more in comments, Erica. That's something to think about. Yes, really important. But yes, the country as a whole, is just about to have a major reset. The layoffs. So here we go. Morgan Stanley bank plans 3,000 more cuts on deal making slump. This is Bloomberg, pretty reputable source. So these are the important things, we as I figured they were going to do that. Everybody wants you to pay for something. We'll go back and find a story where they're not trying to get me to buy something. So y'all saw it where what's the name of the company? Morgan Stanley. They plan to lay off more than 3,000 more people. Here we go. General Motors. If you up in Detroit, lays off several hundred contractor workers at Warrant Tech Center elsewhere. So, if y'all have family members or y'all have people you know, tell them to pay attention to the news. And we're in the political crosshairs again. We're in the political season. You know, Erica has mentioned it on a channel, and I think I mentioned it in one of the videos I have coming up. I can't remember or not, about how older people love to give people. I'm 38, my age advice about how to work in the real world now. I'm going to tell a lot of those older people the way the world used to work, it does not work like that anymore. You know, the old saying was, don't go to work talking about politics and religion. You can't get around that anymore. Notice if you're extroverted at work, people don't know what you're thinking, or you like to just sit there with your head down, you will not move up in a company, or you probably will be some of the first people to get fired. That is how the world is moving now. It used to be you can go to work and just say, oh, I don't talk to nobody. No, you can't do that anymore. We have too many social issues. We have too many issues going on in the world. And if you're a person like that, I highly suggest you come out of your crab. I'm going to just say, come out of your, that's not the right word to say. Come out of your shell, and you're going to have to talk and deal with people. You're going to have to talk about real issues. This is the way the world is being done from here on out. And, you know, you have a lot of companies forcing people to come back to work now. It depends on what you can do. That's why even when I create my own videos, even when I'm on Erica's channel, I strive to make sure that I strive to make sure people can realize they have to retrain. You have to have a skill set. You have to have something that is in demand. And you can't do that if you don't have the correct skill set. I mean, you could sit up here and say, man, I'm not going back to the work in the office. That doesn't matter anymore if you don't have an in-demand skill set. Yeah, comfort zone. So here we go with another one. David's Bridal. A lot of people, we're not going to say a lot, numerous people are not getting married anymore. That's up for discussion, but hey, the proof is in the pudding, as Uncle Ruckus would say on the Boondocks. They filed for bankruptcy. You know, it used to be, and you know, this was the wedding season, the spring. Ain't nobody getting married anymore. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. And David's Bridal is taking a hit. A lot of people now, you can, if women want to get married or guys want to get a tux, you know, they go to the courthouse or they order it from overseas, but the marriage rates are down. Even I talk about in a video, the workforce gap. People are not having children anymore. Most people have one child. Some people don't have any kids at all. I don't have any kids at all. I'm on the fence about, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm on the fence about having children, getting married in the future. Not because I'm against it, because the world really has to change before I decide to take that step. And there is a lot going on right now. My heart goes out to people that have infant kids or 5 or 6 years old, you know, for what they're seeing on TV to what they're trying to teach them. You know, if I have children, I would definitely have to make sure they're homeschooled or in a very, very good private school. But this is a sign of the times. Nobody's getting married. Nobody's producing kids. And this means if nobody's getting married, I want y'all to think about this too. Nobody's buying homes. One of the first indicators of people, not one of the first indicators. Most people, when they're married, they buy a house. So people are not getting married. They are not buying homes. Weddings are expensive anyway. That's why some folks, you know, just go to the courthouse. That's what a lot of people do. So y'all can put your comments in the chat section, but David's Bridal, Bed Bath & Beyond over here close to where I live at, they're going down. It's hard to compete with online marketing agencies. Not marketing agencies. It's hard to compete with Amazon. I mean, The stuff in Bed Bath and Beyond, once you know the size of your bed or your quilt, you can go order it offline and they'll bring it to your house. Look right here. Corporate America focuses on cost cuts and layoffs, not growth. Yeah, it's at 200%. So companies now, as we would say, are trying to trim the fat. And a lot of companies, like VMware, y'all remember seeing those, y'all remember seeing a couple of months ago, they said they overhired. I want y'all to remember too, a lot of people and companies got money from the CARES Act, the PPP loans, and a lot of that money is dried up. And a lot of companies are having to cut, or they're shipping it overseas. So Wall Street Journal, let's make sure, if you're for one of these companies, make sure you got your resume. Oh, this is another good bit of advice to people. When you get a job, please just don't get that job and sit there for like 25 years like our parents used to. I highly recommend you, if you get a job, keep your resume fresh and apply about 2 to 3 jobs a month to go interview. You should be interviewing for a job every year to learn how interviewing has changed. Do you know I've met so many people that have not interviewed for a job in 5 to 7 years, and I look at them like, where they do that? The way they do that at. Y'all know that's the saying that you hear now. Way they do that at. You never interview for a job, and it's been 5 years since you interviewed for a job. Somebody in the comments tell me, why do people do that? You should be interviewing at the least once to twice a year, even if you don't take the job, because a lot of interviews now are still remote and the interviewing tactics have changed. And I can tell y'all from experience, I wish I would go on a job interview and somebody talk about strengths and weaknesses. I said, that is so old. That lets me know a company is so behind the times. I'm not blabbing right now. I'm being very real. If the people in the comments and the people that are watching this video, think about the last time you went on a job interview. I go on interviews several times to teach for schools, and I even know how that works. That's why I've been able to hone in on my skills. Even if you don't get the jobs, always interview. Keep applying. Go on Indeed.com. Apply for jobs. I mean, matter of fact, just like I show the students, I mean, you should be on Indeed I have the app on my phone. Let's see. So if you in IT, let's see, remote. I mean, just look right here. So somebody can say, man, there ain't no jobs out there. There are 5,126 jobs that pay in tech over that pay over $150,000 right here. Y'all seeing it live. Right here, remote. Look at this, director of technology, $170,000, $185,000 a year. And y'all, I just went to Indeed. Y'all want to know when I didn't have a job, what I was doing and what I'm always doing to help people out? I go on Indeed and you put in the money. And this is how you search for jobs. I'm 38, and I'll tell anybody, if you're over about 25 years old, if you're 30 years old, you should have job apps in your phone. If you're in a bar or if you're just out, you should have it to where you can do the easy apply. On Indeed, you could do the easy apply right here. Bam. I'm not signed in or anything, but look at these jobs if you have the skill set. So no one can tell me that there are no jobs available. Easy apply. Look at this. Urgently hiring. $85 an hour, 6-month contract to hire. Work remotely. PMP, project management professional. Bam, 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 bam. Experience with SharePoint teams, OneNote, blam, bam. Okay, let's see the education requirements. So I can tell you, you have to have a degree. Somebody can correct me. You have to have a degree to get a PMP. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you are. I'm pretty sure you have to have one, some kind of experience. Man, always continue to look, Dark Man Jeff. Never keep your eyes. Let me tell you something. A company, I don't want to say curse words. A company will shaft you any day they want to. Never put your to y'all out there, never put your future in the hands of a company because they will get rid of you if they have to. All these jobs right here, never be complacent on a job. I'm telling y'all. And I just, I was doing the stream, but I like to show people, man, just get out here and apply. IT manager in remote in Anaheim, California. You probably got to be in California. I mean, minimum qualifications, bachelor's degree. To all the folks out there that talk about you don't need a degree, you need a degree. Here's the proof in the pudding right here. Bachelor's degree. All you have to do is have a STEM degree. 8 years in IT with similar experience working with software. That's cloud, Azure, cloud infrastructure, Linux, Windows, active control. I mean, you sounds to me like you're a database administrator right here. SOC audits. That's for financial right there to make sure the numbers match up. Compliance. I mean, look right here. Ability to work independently and take initiative. That means your ass can't be lazy. Questioning attitude and curiosity. There you go right there, people. Okay, you don't need a degree for a PMP. Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Christian Emerson. Yeah, Christian say you don't need one. But right here, y'all, here you go. So I'm going to get back off that. But make sure you are always staying ahead of the curve. Because y'all know 90% of people are cut out to be worker bees. You do not want to be a worker bee. And we're going to be honest, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. You have to create something that can actually give people value and service. But please, people, if you're going to go work for a company, I mean, don't sit here and be wishing and lollygagging around saying, well, Patrick, I'm going to volunteer to do all of this stuff. And they didn't promote me. They don't want to promote you. You need to promote yourself. You know how you promote yourself? Your ass stay on the hustle for looking for jobs. Plain and simple. Here you go right here. All these are remote. And there are, I'll show y'all again, there were 5,125 jobs remote that paid. So we're going to put $250,000 a year. Look right here, chief technology officer. Excuse me, 350 to 450 a year. VP in engineering. Y'all, the money is out there. So there you go. 178,000, not 178,000, 178 jobs that pay $250,000 a year. Basic technical consultant. So if any of y'all been out there in the Navy, the military, look right here, 70 to 200, part-time contract. You can sit from your home. All you need is good internet service. That's it. All you got to do is have the DoD clearance, Security Plus. You have your cybersecurity bachelor's degrees. Even right here, they say bachelor's degree in a tech field, an additional 4 years of relevant experience may be substituted. There you go, people. So if it can be done, you just got to get out there and take a Brandy L says accountants are in high demand. Keep a company or two on the contract as a 1099 bookkeeping or consulting. Easy money. Yeah, there's very easy money to make round in here, as we say. So you not being successful right now is nobody's fault but yourself. I am going to say that again. You not being successful is your fault. Even Jenny Craig, I know it's not going to let me view this, y'all. I got the ad block on. Let's see. Yeah, Jenny Craig is even Jenny Craig and Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. Y'all remember those two programs where people, losing weight together was the thing. I didn't even know Jenny Craig. Y'all, the thing about Jenny Craig, I mean, they have so many programs. I mean, I don't even know why Jenny Craig was still around. I mean, you could get online and meet people on a Facebook group that's trying to lose weight. So let me zoom in. And this is another serious thing too. Y'all take good care of your health. Go to the doctor, male or female, and make sure your ass is going to the doctor. Too many, and to the black man listening to me, too many black men, y'all are dying. Y'all know Jamie Foxx. I read where they had to resuscitate Jamie Foxx from hypertension. Jamie Foxx was damn. Jamie Foxx basically was dead, and he has high blood pressure. I know it culminates from stroke, from not from stroke. I know he had a stroke. I know Jamie Foxx, is under pressure. Yep. And y'all black men, take care of yourself. I go to the doctor. I have a private doctor. I paid $2,000 a year. If you make the money, I'm gonna tell you something. There's nothing better than going to a private doctor. I'm in one of those VIP programs. I got out of the matrix, as we call it, of being a number. And I went to the doctor, and I did not know I had a low vitamin D count till they ran very thorough black blood work. And she said, you have to take the IUD 5,000s to get your vitamin D up. She said, have you been lacking energy? Nope. I said, no. She said, yeah. She looked at it. Yep. So y'all, I want y'all to black men, please take care of yourself. Women do the same thing too, but eat a more plant-based diet. But Tracy J, one thing too, we're gonna be honest. Hire a nutritionist. I have a nutritionist I've been working with 3 years. If you want to do the plant-based diet, you find a registered dietitian, RD. Please do not do the hood thing and just say, I'm gonna follow what the internet say. You need to find people that actually have years of helping people lose weight to stay healthy. Please do not do the hood thing. And the nutritionist actually helped me to learn how to read labels. I've been working with this lady since March. I've been working with the same lady since March 2020. Yeah. And I only eat seafood now. And, I started just eating wild caught seafood back in December. I drink water. I exercise. I do hot yoga, exercising and everything. Y'all, most of the people I know make a lot of money. They just don't take care of themselves. You don't want to drop dead at 45 years old because you didn't take care of yourself. Exercise. If you have stress in your life, get rid of it. But yeah, I know Jamie Foxx will be fine, but every time I see stories of black men just up and dying, man, it scares the shit out of me because I'll mention this stuff is preventable. Please, black men, take care of yourself and go to the doctor. Yes. Go get your blood work done. If you ain't been to the doctor, make sure you go to the doctor, please. Because there's nothing worse. My parents are not here because they did not take care of themselves. Y'all take care of yourselves. That's why I'm a big advocate of eating right. As you can see, have my water and everything. Yeah. So again, we talk about a lot on here, but make sure if you're gonna make all this money, y'all, make sure you're around to spend it. You don't want to start making $500,000 a year and you die in year 5 because you have you have, I can't say the word, carotid arteries. Y'all know what I mean. You have a heart attack. You have hypertension. You have PE, pulmonary embolisms and stuff because you're not getting checked. Make sure you take care of yourself. You don't want to do all this work, go through all this schooling, all this training. You start making 500 grand a year and invest in it. You want to take vacations, but you can't take vacations because you got to go to the doctor every 3 months. So make sure you take care of yourself. So I've covered the economy, bank closures. What can you do? Well, one of the big things you can do is you can retrain. And one of the biggest things, y'all, you can do if you're going to go back to school or to a 2-year, 4-year school, you get a degree or a certificate in something that is STEM related. If you're going the blue collar route, you become as a matter of fact, we're going to pull it up. That was a terrible do. So if y'all know anybody, you don't have to get in much, you don't have to get into the debt like I did or many other people have done. Let's see what blue collar skills are. Yeah, all these rappers, yep. Because a lot of them are not taking care of themselves. If I made $40 million a year, I'm gonna be honest. Do y'all know I would have a private chef? Man, I would be in. Y'all see how the shape Michael J. Y'all see the shape that Michael Jordan is in. Michael B. Jordan is in for Creed. Man, you talk about the shape I will be in for 40. If I'm making $40 million a year, please, I'll have them come cook all my food on Sunday and tell me what to eat, work out, and everything. Yeah. Christian Emerson says, please, black men and black women fitness and habit, eating right, cutting back on drinking, and get some sleep. Yeah, because you know a lot of y'all party all weekend, skin looking like leather when you get older. You know, a lot of people start partying when they get about 18. And when you get to my age at 38, which I'll be 39 this month, that's 20 years of staying up and doing, you know, party and liquor. We ain't talking about most people just don't drink beer. Then they're doing hard drugs. You know, when I was younger, the hardest drug people did was smoke weed and people pop ecstasy. Now they on lean, fentanyl, with Xanax bars, perk, Molly, everything. And look, smoking weed now, you look down on like all you do is smoke weed. You know, I don't smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed in 15 years. And people look down on you like, oh man, all they do is smoke weed. I'm like, hell, back then nobody thought being a junkie was cool. You know, people that smoke weed, it was just acceptable. I mean, it's acceptable now, but you know, I want people to think about that. You've been partying ever since you got out of high school and you don't have anything to show for your life. No money, no skills. All you have is a bunch of kids and a bunch of felony records. You worked all kinds of minimum wage jobs and you want to be mad at the man. Y'all know who the man is, instead of being mad at yourself, because the skills are here. And one of the things I tell folks, I was born in 1984. If you were born after about 1970, will make you 53 years old. If you were born in 1970, that means you graduated high school. That means you graduated high school in about 1987, 88. The tech revolution was around with the Sony Walkman. The internet was coming around. I mean, it had always been here, but we got access to the internet in the early 90s. And you have no reason. Anybody born after 1980, you don't have any excuse. Anybody born after about 1980, 1990, you really don't have. If you were born in 2000, you know, there are kids now that are 23, I don't have a degree, say you were born in the year 2000. That means you graduated high school in 2017 and 18. How in the hell you don't have you don't have a college degree? So y'all, I could tell y'all in the video I have coming out about nobody feeling sorry for you on Friday, all of those days of people feeling sorry for you are over. People going to ask you the same verbiage I put in there. The Trump administration and the Biden administration passed out, I think, a total of $4 to $5 trillion. Y'all, some people got $600 a week and they got unemployment and they were able to get other money from the CARES Act. Some people, y'all and I personally know, not me personally, I'm just saying, y'all, you know, people that got about $70,000 to $80,000 in you say it right. Some people got $70,000 for about 3 years consistently. That is $210,000. Because I want y'all to remember, they sent people home in 20. They sent in 21. They still have people home, and in 22, they really didn't make people start coming back to work till about the end of 2022. So for 3 years straight, some people were able to get $210,000. 70 times 3 is 210. And if you ask those people, did you pay your mortgage down? Nope. Did you pay your rent? Nope. So yes. So blue collar workers, just wanted to throw that tidbit out there. So, you know, if you want to go back to be a blue collar worker, these are pretty much the same everywhere, but you're working with your hands. If you're good with your hands, you don't have to get into the debt. I mentioned that earlier. That article right there. Yeah. So here are some, and I can tell y'all the aircraft mechanic, that job cannot be automated because you're playing with people's lives. Aircraft mechanic, you can't automate to be any kind of mechanic right now. You can have troubleshooting, software to help you out. So aircraft mechanic, auto mechanics, y'all, this is inaccurate. Auto mechanic, you could be a millionaire and be an auto mechanic. We're gonna be straight to the point. Boilermaker, yep. Bricklayer, they have homes they can't even build because they don't have people to lay the bricks. Builders, bus drive, nah, this could be automated here. Carpenter, you're building stuff. You know, carpenters are people that you could be a millionaire. Cooks, and they could automate that. Dishwasher, electrician, you could be a millionaire and be an electrician. All you have to do is get in an apprentice program. Farmers, this is slowly being automated, but they still have to have people with knowledge of it. Firefighters, self-explanatory. Fishermen, all the seafood I like to eat, we need fishermen. Do y'all know there's a shortage of forestry firefighters? I watched it on TV. It looks pretty cool to get into it, but they don't pay these people enough money to go out there and fight fires. I don't know if y'all know this, but fighting a fire in a forest and fighting a fire at a house is two different things, the magnitude of it. Janitor, you don't want to do that. Landscaper, you could cut grass and be a millionaire. If you live in Atlanta, I live close to Columbia, South Carolina, Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami. Do y'all realize many of these landscaping companies around these commercial and residential areas, these companies, these people that own these companies are straight millionaires? Miner, they got a mine for coal, especially now with cobalt shortage and lithium batteries. You know, that's why the Biden administration, y'all hadn't read up on this, is trying to get the people in Africa to give up all their land so they can get all that lithium over there for those batteries. Y'all, if you didn't know that, research it. Nurses, that's kind of white collar too, but plumber, definitely. No plumbing, no home, no water. Self-explanatory. Could be a millionaire. Police officer, not a lot of people want to be police officers. Truck drivers, until they automate it, we still have to have a way to move food. Warehouse, that's automated. So I just gave y'all some examples. Oh yeah, I've seen that video too, brother Michael. Yes, if y'all haven't seen that video on Instagram or going around about the robot doing the lashes, so the lash techs, y'all about to be out of business once they perfect how to do it correctly, because I'm pretty sure they're beta testing it and they're having people try it out. But yeah, to any of the women, or y'all have cousins or sisters that lay down lashes, they're about to become obsolete. They are going to become obsolete. So I talked a lot about the white collar jobs. I'm gonna go in details on those on the next one, but to those people that do not want to get into a lot of debt, there are a lot of jobs that you can do to where you don't have to get into debt. You just have to keep your skill set up. Yeah. And my biggest thing for people is to retrain. If you're getting a degree, I'll tell you this, if you're getting a degree, it needs to be a Bachelor of Science. Do not go to school for a Bachelor of Arts. The arts does not have all the sciences. If you want to do a BS and something STEM, I highly recommend it. If you're going to get a master's degree, it needs to be in a Master of Science, not a Master of Arts. Take it from somebody who's taught over 40,000 students. I've been teaching since 2014 part-time. You do not want to step up to the plate with no Master of Arts degree, because I could tell you, when I read faculty profiles or they look at yours, you do not want to say, oh, wow, Master of Arts. You want all your stuff to have an S at the end, Bachelor of Science. Basically, when you get a Bachelor of Arts and you're trying to do something STEM related, you're cheating the game. Instead of trying to do the full degree, you're going to say, oh, well, I'm not good at math. I was not the best person at math, y'all, but I was able to get my computer science degree 13 years ago. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You need to have a hell of a work ethic and believe in yourself. Those are the 2 or 3 big things that will set you apart in this world. So if you have kids and if you have people, that are trying to change their life, let them know you do not have to be the smartest person in the world. It's all about having heart. I believe more in myself than 25 people put together. I know if I wanted to go to school to be a neurosurgeon, I could have went to school to be a neurosurgeon. Yes. That's how you have to believe in yourself. Neurosurgeon is nothing but medical school training and operating on somebody's brain. That's how I look at it. Many of us could be the next Elon Musk. We could be the next Mark Zuckerberg. And I've said this to people that Facebook is on its way out. I give Facebook less than 9 years unless they get Meta to really work. People thought not Black Panic. Y'all remember Black Panic? That was on my blackplanet.com was a website. People thought MySpace would not go anywhere. The next great social media website is on the way. Somebody's in some basement creating it. It could be one of us. It could be your niece. It could be your nephew. It could be you. But we all can be the next Mark Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musk. I mean, we all have it in us. So with all these kids graduating high school this upcoming month, they don't know what the hell they're going to do. And you got people out there that never been to college telling them what to do. Kids going to look at you like, how in the hell you going to tell me what to do when you never done it before? So if you're a parent and you never been to college, you can't tell your kid to go to college because they're going to look at you and say, Mom, Dad, how you going to tell me to go to college when you never been to college? We have to really stop that in this world because I even still see people going around telling the Black community, you don't need a college education. We are already behind. Continue to believe that all you want to while your predecessors get ahead of you and they're your boss. Sit here and think about you don't need a degree. It's going to show up in the next less than 7 years when automation and technology eliminate all these jobs. I will ask you, what in the hell are you going to do? You can't cook food. They got robots to do it. You can't drive a car. They got a robot to do it. You can't work in a warehouse. They got a robot to do it. You can't work on the line. They got a robot to do it. What in the hell are you going to go do? You going to go clean somebody's house? You can't go clean somebody's house. And somebody will say, I'll sell drugs. How you going to sell drugs? Please tell me. They locking people up left and right. So we have to stop with that narrative. You need an education. You need to go to school. And I recommend people get a master's degree. Job postings eventually going to have a minimum of a master's degree. If you don't believe it, I'll tell you this. I'll never forget. This is how I know the world was changing. My mother was born with a heart murmur. My mom was born in 1953. She was born with a heart murmur. We went down to MUSC in Charleston, South Carolina. I'll never forget this. This was November 2010. There was this Black girl, and I looked up on the board. I looked at all the nurses that were back there with my mother, and the doctors. I kept seeing something very common. They had no RNs. The young lady told us back then, she said, we don't hire RNs anymore. We hire BSN. This was in November 2010. And that has always stuck with me. That'll be 13 years ago. The young lady said, we only hire BSNs. So you have people that were nurses that got the ADN. And I've asked them, why would you go to school to get a ADN, the 2-year degree, when you could just go and get the 4-year degree? Or if you're going to start at the 2-year university, you can get the full degree from the 4-year university and potentially get an MSN, Master of Science in Nursing. Because whether we know it or not, the people that make the most money in the world are the people that do least work as possible. That's how the game of life goes. And what we have to remember is we cannot lie to people. We have to let people remember and let people know that hold up. Y'all, when I used to have to fly to school at Robert Morris in Pittsburgh, I don't know if I ever told this. When I did my doctorate program and for Robert Morris from 2017 to 2020, I had to fly from South Carolina to I flew from Augusta to Atlanta to Pittsburgh. I did that 23 times. I earned my doctorate degree sitting in a classroom. I had to sit in a classroom once a month, 2 weeks a year. Every time I would fly back in January or August, I would meet people in Atlanta with Pitt shirts on. I would meet people with Carnegie Mellon. I'm trying to think of another. It's the major universities, of course, when I was at Robert Morris. But the major universities, I'll never forget. I sat next to this Asian girl that had on a Pitt sweatshirt. And we were talking. The young lady said, my dad is a doctor in Washington State, and my mom is in Louisiana. And we were talking about family dynamics. The young lady said, our family will die for us to have an education. You know, when I sit next to people, I always ask them about their lives and education. Other groups get it. We just don't get it till it's too late. So keep pushing that narrative. Education is not important. And you think you found yourself at the bottom of the totem pole. You're not going to go anywhere. So I just typed it in why education is important for everyone. That's why many people cannot read efficiently. They can't count. And you want to say why education, look how I misspelled education up there. As I've said to many people, education, a degree shows that you can start something and finish something, even if it's a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. Look at this right here. Y'all, what does this say? Education shows desire to succeed. That is a powerful statement. Education shows desire to succeed. This could be for 2 years, certification, 4-year degree, master's, whatever you want to call it. So the next time I do a stream with Erica or whatnot, y'all, I'm going to bring that up. Education, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to create a video on that. Education shows. It shows a job seeker is worth investing in. Think about it. If you never invested in yourself, how in the hell you want a company to invest in you? Just think about that. This article, I just Googled it, just now. Education shows a job seeker is worth investing in. Continuing education can show direction. Y'all, I started going to school in 2002 at 2 technical schools, did not graduate from them. I enrolled at South Carolina State in 2006. I transferred the credits, got my degree in 2010. I enrolled in graduate school in October 2010, graduated with the MBA with the emphasis. And I've told people the story of how many of the people, this is how I could tell y'all I had vision back then. They had, this is a true example. When I went to Webster and Columbia, South Carolina, they had the Masters of Arts in Information Technology, and then they had the Masters of Business Administration with an emphasis in Information Technology Management. 13 years ago, I sat there and said, hell, if I'm going to be here for 36 credits, I might as well add 15 more and get the MBA and the emphasis. That May in 2014, when I graduated, it was myself and another guy. We were the only 2 people. Do y'all realize there was about 17 people plus that graduated with the Masters of Arts in Information Technology Management? That goes to show you how I've always seen long-term thinking. Y'all have had a long day. Long-term thinking of education. So even when I went to state, I'm like, I'm going to do the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science because I've been around computers my whole life. Yes, it was tough doing linear algebra, physics, and calculus and, learning about other stuff, but it was worth it. So even with my doctorate of science degree, I love to be different. I did a doctorate of science in information systems and communications. They have Doctor of Sciences all over the United States. All my degrees are STEM based. See the vision, and I always knew I never wanted to major in one thing and be flip flopping because somebody's going to say you can't make your mind up. All of my stuff is STEM related and tied together. Do y'all realize I can get a teaching job like snapping your fingers because people look at the experience from 2011 when I got fired from that job and government experience to the degrees. So, excuse me. That's what really matters. So so y'all, it is 10:25. I appreciate my 24 viewers. So I'm going to put comments on the screen and answer. Sounds like one good family. Let me see. So this is a comment that Christian Emerson put up. You already know rich people don't like to lose money to get that tip to sell off. Yep. I'm pretty sure when that bank crashed, a lot of people did that. And here's a comment from Darkman Jeff. I'm introverted. I'm starting to learn that. I'm glad that Darkman Jeff put that in there. You know, there are a lot of people, y'all, that you're gonna have to y'all don't realize how just having conversations and saying hi to people at a job will propel you up and people know who you are. Look, people will get to know who you are. Put it that way. Currently learning blockchain. Yep. I have a banking and finance background, BS in finance from North Carolina State. Well, good job. Yeah, man. He said, I was asking about the PMP degree. So Brandy L put, accountants are in high demand. Keep a company or two under contract as a 1099 bookkeeping or consulting, easy money. Y'all, with how people out here blowing money, they're going to need accountants left and right. Even if they try to automate that, they still have to have people like Brandy or people like CPAs. People don't even know what they do with their money. Tax season is about over. And people thought they were going to get their big time refunds. We'll see how that works. Yeah, I'm a notary and e-notary, trying to become a signing agent and learning blockchain as well. Yeah, notaries are big. I've had some things I've had to get notarized, and I Googled and found people. PMP certs or projects. Yep. Christian Emerson says, I would say the most important thing is to continue to build up your skill set, sales, software, engineering, digital marketing, accounting, because if you don't go asking for trouble, yep, man, make sure your skill sets are up to date. Yeah, Tracy L, yeah, about hitting the gym. Yeah, working on your CISP and AWS certs. Y'all get your certs, get your degrees. Don't tell nobody what you're doing and keep the ship moving. Yeah, this is very true right here. All these rappers dying. Coolio, they said he had fentanyl in his system. They just released that a couple of weeks ago. We do have rappers, y'all, dying. And y'all late 40s. My dad died at 55. Y'all, my mom passed at 62. Y'all know there are people with parents that are 60 and their parents are 85 years old. I just want people to think about that. So that's why I'm a big advocate of eating and right. I would have to research blockchain more, Tracy J, before I give you an answer. I don't like to give misguided information. Please, Black men and women, make fitness a habit. Eating right, cut back on drinking, and get some sleep, 7 to 8 hours if you can. Very, very true. Sleep is everything. These 25-year-olds, oh man, because I've seen some people, I'm like, how are you obese at 25? Do y'all know how high my metabolism was at 25 years old? You could eat whatever. That's when you could stay up all night and not have to do much. You didn't really have many responsibilities at 25, but you know, a lot of these kids are misled, and now they have the responsibilities of a 40-year-old. It's important to get a good skincare regimen. Yes, the skincare regimen, y'all, I've been using for the last 7 years is Clinique from Belt. I've been using that since 2016. I'm supposed to exfoliate my face twice a day, but you know how that goes. I exfoliate my face every time I get a haircut. I put on the even toner. And I have a good soap. I use like a coffee and coconut soap with a scrub to scrub my body to keep my skin. And y'all, I'm not advertising for Core, but I get like 3 boxes of this delivered from Amazon Prime, and I can kill about 5 or 6 of these a day. These 900 milliliters, and they make bigger ones than this. So this is my go-to water. This is a very true statement. I know people under 45 who still don't have a high school diploma and think they will be doing their manual labor jobs. Well, they need to talk to me, and I can show them pictures and video of how they are obsolete, and they're slowly becoming obsolete. Yeah, we talked about the machine doing lashes. This is true. Student loans will be very, very hard to get. I don't know if people realize this. Y'all know Erica was a big advocate for people getting loans. Do y'all know they're going to tighten the noose for you to that's not the right word to say. I don't want that to be misled. They're going to tighten the string for people to get qualified for loans. You know, Erica has been talking about that. Everybody get a mortgage, invest. Do y'all know with all the bank failures, it's going to be incredibly tough to get mortgages, because if you did it before the bank started to fail, you were good. They're going to be looking through your credit report and your finances now with a fine-tooth comb. Hello to Charles. Yes, y'all, that was Dr. Dix is a powerful stream on the employment gap and the population decline. Yes, you could go on my YouTube channel. There's a video, the workforce gap, y'all. Nobody's thinking about this. I mentioned this earlier with David's Bridal. No one is getting married and no one is having children. What we fail to realize is once the baby boomers retire and go home to glory, who is going to replace them? The average baby boomer had about 4 kids, and my mom's parents had like 9 or 10 of them, and my dad came from a family of 10 or 11. People don't have kids like that. Either people are like myself, they haven't had kids, or they're not going to have kids, period, or they're going to just have one. And I want people to think about that. There's going to be a workforce gap, and y'all know what can fix the workforce gap? It's called automation. But automation cannot fix all the jobs. I mentioned that in the video. It can fix some of them. That's a problem that I don't even know how we're going to fix. But it's going to be a very serious problem coming up soon. Yes, Black families in general do not prepare for college. That is a whole stream we could have. People should at least have a 2-year degree. There are some serious comprehension issues in the U.S. people need to keep in mind as Germany, European Union, the industrialized, turn into the service economy. We our school system, I mentioned it when I did my presentation last Tuesday. We are the education system needs to be tore down, because there are children going to school that are going to go to school, and there are kids going to school that will not be able to use their degree because it's in something obsolete. People can barely read and write. Yep. This is people. If y'all don't believe this, tell somebody to write a text message. People usually write how they text. If you type in crazy ass characters talking about to the instead of saying to the, like instead of saying TWOTHE and then putting the number 2 DA. If I meet a girl and they start texting like that, I've lost interest already. Oh, and another thing, have good soft skills, y'all. Stop texting all the time and pick the phone up and call people. It goes a long way. Public school, it is watered down. Yeah, we don't want people to think, want people to digital marketing still, it's just marketing, but digital marketing, Mr. Leisure, is it's not gonna be obsolete, but they're gonna automate it. I mean, I do all my own marketing for my stuff. All you have to do is sit here and play around, and you can figure out how to market and advertise. Y'all, I run all my own ads on Instagram. I find a video, I pay the $500 a month. That's what I pay to advertise, y'all. It costs money to advertise. I advertise on Google Ads, and one of my videos has been seen like 90,000 times. The advertisement. So I pay the money to advertise. I think it's like $300 a month I pay. So I invest a lot of money into advertisement. People are collecting dogs now. Yes. Yep. Grandmother had 10. Yep. And big discussion 76 in technology. Yes, I will email you. Yeah, I'll come back on your channel and do the live. I just been tied up. Yeah, we're going to end up like Japan. There's going to be a lot of vacancies. And again, y'all, America is here for the taking. At the sound of my voice, I am telling y'all, there is so much opportunity. The thing is now, get your money and get your credentials. That way you can check out of America if you want to, or you can own half of the South Carolina, like where I'm at. I could tell y'all, nobody's thinking about the storm that's coming. And I tell everybody by 2030, millions of jobs are not going to be here. The question is, I'm going to create a video on this. What are we going to do with these useless people? We're going to have multiple useless people. That's a strong term to use, but we already have people. I created a video on it. Are you useless? So again, I have a video coming out Friday. Y'all subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Instagram. I'm going to call it a night. And I appreciate y'all attending the broadcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Write comments below. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.